A very good afternoon to all. Thank you for being here today. Welcome to Tally CA Connect. And I think it's a very good response. We already have 150 people with us. So our today's topic of discussion will be based on how to prepare automated financial statements using data from Tally Prime. Our expert for today is CA Vinodh Kothari. Vinodh sir is a fellow member of the ICI and has a rich blend of experience and practice for over 15 years now. He's an expert in the field of indirect taxation, and he is also a visiting faculty at SIRC of the ICI and National Academy of Customs, Excise and Narcotics. He is also a visitor in Auditor General Office and various regional training institutes. He's a trainer for GST. He has also presented various papers in various forums. Not to mention, we are very proud that Vinodh sir is a Tally evangelist and thankful that he has agreed to take this session for today. Over to you, Vinodh sir. And before we begin, so we have a very good crowd here. Again, I'm repeating. So please direct your queries in Q&A so that we can keep track and make sure that all your queries are answered. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Komal. Thank you, Tally, for giving me this opportunity. A very warm good afternoon to all the participants. Hope my voice is audible. You can just type Y, and in case you are facing difficulty in my voice, you can tell me. I'll make it louder. So today we are living in the world of AI. Are you still stuck with exporting data from Tally and preparing the financial statement? Then it is the time to change. You are exporting data. You have linked the data from Tally to Excel, ODBC, and using weak lookup method to prepare your financial time. Then it is time to change the method. Today, data is the biggest thing which we are working on. Day by day, the Tally data is also becoming big. The compliance is also becoming very stricter, and a lot of things are coming into picture when it comes to preparation of financial statements, when it comes to preparation of GST reports or audit reports. So we have 60 minutes here, almost 3 minutes over. And in this 60 minutes, what are we going to see? So today I am going to show you a brief of how we can automate financial statement directly from Tally to Excel using ODBC and Power Query. Now, why this topic? The reason being is that I often find in my office that whenever the audit due date is that in the last 10-15 days, a lot of time is being spent by our audit assistants or by our staff to prepare the financial statement. Sometimes it takes 3 hours, sometimes it takes 4 hours to prepare the financial statement as per either Schedule 3 or as per our format. So how can we automate this with shortest possible time, that too without any coding? So I'm telling this is without any coding. You just need to know certain basics of Power Query. If you know the basics of Power Query, this is very easy. I have spent hours of time by using this method. That's why I'm feeling happy to share with this. You can also do it. I have prepared a template and I'm going to just run through how I am doing it so that you can also take the benefit. So by this method, what is the time saving? Phenomenal time saving. And one more thing I'll tell you, in this method, even if you add additional ledgers in your schedules, debtor schedule, creditor schedule, or any other schedule, that will also be automatically updated in your financial statement with additional row automatically going without any coding, right? So without wasting any time, we'll start directly with the process. So if any doubts you have, you can post it in the Q&A. As and when time permits in between, I'll just check the Q&A and then give you the answer. And in the last also, we will take some time for the Q&A. So before starting, 2 things are important. One is the data. So where you get the data from? You get the data from Tally. So I don't have a Tally software. Then what is there? No problem. You prepare the table and same method can be used. But most of our clients use Tally. That's why I've taken the Tally as the base. And today, normally, whenever I take a session, I tell that beta jhoot bol sakta hai, lekin data jhoot nahi bol sakta hai. So whatever we take directly from Tally and prepare the financial statement, we are satisfied that the Tally is also updated and our Excel financial also updated. Normally what happens is Excel is updated, but Tally is not updated. In this process, both the things are updated. Just a second, I'll share the PPT. So content, two things. One, using Excel Power Query and using Tally, how we are going to integrate with Excel and prepare automated financial statement without any coding. Some coding, if you know, that will be more better. Even if you don't know, nothing. We are only going to do the cleaning job automated using Excel Power Query. Two things are important for this. One, which software you need. One, Tally Prime. Whatever data I'm taking is based on the Tally Prime data. Second, you should have either Office 2019 or above. Office 2019 or above. If you want to automate things, I would suggest that use Office 365. That will be the best thing. If you don't have Office 365, nothing to worry. We even have the same options in Office 2019 and above. Office 2019 or Office 2021. So both the softwares are also okay for you. But my suggestion, practically what I have seen is Office 365 is far more faster and far more better. So how are we going to do this? See, there are two things. Normally, we have seen that in my earlier sessions, I have connected data from Tally to ODBC, using ODBC to the Excel, and then preparing the financial statement using the VLOOKUP. But in this method, we are going to change some method. The method is that we are going to use the ODBC, but link and prepare the report based on the Power Query model in the Excel. That I'll show you separately. So what is the steps involved in this? Just theoretically, we will understand what are the steps involved. Then step by step, I'll guide you how we can do this. So this is again, I'm telling, it is not a full-fledged training part. I cannot take everything in 1 hour, but I'm just going to feed a thought in your mind that this way also financial statements can be automated with lot of ease and lot of time can be saved. So first thing is that to software, you have to open your Tally using Run as Administrator. That is, your icon will be there in the desktop. Right click the icon and then select Run as Administrator. Then only ODBC connectivity will be activated. So once you go to the Tally, there one setting needs to be done. You can see this settings. So this is the Run as Administrator, the icon. And then once you open the Tally, go to F1. If you're using the ODBC for the first time, then go to F1 in Tally, select the settings, then connectivity. So once a connectivity comes, then you will see Tally acts as both, then enable ODBC and the port code. So this is the first setting which we are going to make in Tally. If you don't open the Excel, sorry, if you don't open the Tally using ODBC, then you will see this Tally ODBC, these two things will not be visible in your Excel. Once again, open your Tally using Run as Administrator, then only ODBC will be activated for your Excel. And in Excel, when you go to data, that is, this is the data part, Office 365 or Office 2019, everywhere the path is same. When you go to the data, in the data, you have to go to get data. In get data, we have other source, and from other source, we have to select Microsoft Query. So once you select Microsoft Query, this window will appear. Choose the data source. If Tally ODBC 64 is visible, then it means that your ODBC Tally data is connected to the Excel. If Tally ODBC 64 is not visible, that means you have not opened the Tally using Run as Administrator. This is a minor mistake which many of them make. So I am stressing this part. So this is the opening part. So what this happens is, this will link the database of your Tally to your Excel. So Tally, what it is a collection of database. There are hundreds of database. Every database has multiple columns. Say for example, Ledger. So Ledger one database will be there. In Ledger, you have multiple columns, the Ledger name, Ledger serial number, Ledger type, GST number, opening balance, closing balance, previous year's balance. So many data will be there in the database of the ledger. So from that, we are going to pick some data. So if first step you understand, then only the next step we can understand. So these two are the first important step. In Tally ERP 9, if you are using, I'll suggest move to the Tally Prime. In ERP 9, connecting to ODBC has some challenges, but in Tally Prime, there is no challenge till now. I have seen for the last 1 year while using the Tally Prime. So this is the first step to set up the data, and then there are certain steps which you are going to follow. I am going to share this PPT with the organizer. They will share this PPT with you. You can check the steps. What is the steps is basically from so many database, we have to pick up 4 or 5 details. So which database we have to pick up? There is a database called as ledger. From the ledger, we are going to pick 4 columns. One is the name column, second is the primary group column, third is the parent column, and fourth is the closing balance column. We also have the opening balance column, so that also we can take if you want to link it to your financial statements. So there's a step-by-step method which I'm going to tell. Till this step, it is little tricky. It is not difficult. If you understand this step, the linking to ODBC is very easy. Next time, save that Excel file and just refresh. Everything will happen again. You don't need to do the steps every time. So only first time, one template file, you link it to Tally, and then that will become your template file. So hope this is what is that. So some message. Fine. Q&A. Yeah, someone is asking that whether we can open the company, load the data when company is not loaded. No, your company should be open. That part I have not yet come. So I'll just show you how to do this. So this part is over. These two parts are important part. Now we'll go to the Tally and I'll show you how to extract the data. So this is the Tally part. Just right click your Tally, right click your icon, select run as administrator. The Tally will open in the administrator mode. So since my Tally is already open in administrator mode, I'm not opening it. Second part, when you open the Tally, open the company which you want to link it to the financial statement. So here I have opened one company. In that company, again, select the correct financial year. So here I have selected financial year 21-22. So this is the Tally data which I want to
use. The screen is the thank you screen, and everyone is saying the screen is not visible.
Oh, just a second. Yeah. I think 1 minute. Oh, now the screen is visible. So once again, I'll show you.
Yes, sir, the Tally screen is visible.
Yeah, sorry. Sometimes technology is a problem. I have selected single screen. I should have selected the whole screen. I apologize for that. So here, right click on the Tally icon. Right click again on the Tally icon. You will find this run as administrator. Select run as administrator. It will ask you whether you want to run. You give it yes. So since my Tally is already open, I am not opening it again. So now my Tally data is open. So first thing, which company you want to link to Excel, that company should be open. Then only that data will be linked to Excel. Second, which financial year you want to link, that financial year you have to select. I have another method that without doing this also, using the codes in the Power Query, we can get the data, but that will take some time. First, we'll focus on this just for your information. So this is the company I'm going to link to Excel. And after this, what did I say? First time when you are selecting, you should enable ODBC in Tally. So how to enable ODBC in Tally? That I have given in the PPT. First select F1. In this F1, help, you go to the settings. In the settings, go to connectivity. So in the connectivity, you will see client server configuration. So this Tally access port, you have to select both then enable ODBC, yes, and the port number 9000. This port number is an interesting thing. See, you can even merge the data of branch and head office using this. Open to Tally. One, you keep the port number as 9000. Another one, keep the port number as 9001. And both the data can be imported in Excel. So that is also possible, just for your information. But that part we are not going to cover. First, let's understand single company linking. So this is how we activate the ODBC. So since it is activated, I'm not selecting it. Now you go to the Excel. Now you go to this Excel. I am opening this Excel file. This is my Excel file. Selecting a new blank workbook. First, I'll show you how to extract the TB. Then we will go to the financial statement part. So what version of Excel I am using? So go to File, select Accounts. If you want to check which version of Excel you are having, go to the File part. Here you go to File and here you have your account. In the account, right hand side, you can see About Excel. About Excel. So mine is Office 365 Business Edition, which I have subscribed. So About Excel. Here you can find Office 365 MSO version. So I've been using from last almost 1 year and very happy with the performance. So now how to get the data from Tally to Excel. Now Tally activated, run as administrator activated. We need to check whether it is activated or not. First, you should go to the data. In PPT, we have these steps clearly for you. That's why I've given first PPT one glance. Then you go to the get data. Then you go to the other source. Then you go to the Microsoft query. Just click on this. So now Tally ODBC 64 is available. That means what? Your Tally data and ODBC data is connected. If this is not available in this, that means you have not opened the Tally using run as administrator. So now what should you do? You select this Tally ODBC and then OK. I said lot of database are there, interlinked relational database we call. So many database are there. From this database, so many columns are there, hundreds of database, hundreds of columns, so many things are there. So how to pick up? So if you see my PPT, I'll show you the PPT. I have given the instruction. I have given the instruction in shortcut how to bring out the data. So here if you see, type L 4 times, right? So in Tally, we are going to go, once this window is open, type L, that is the keyboard. In the keyboard, type L 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I am getting this ledger. Just press this. Then what should I do? I need 4 columns. One is name, second one is primary group, parent group, and closing balance. So I'm going to select name. How will I search name? So many. If you see here, so many columns are there. It is a little difficult to find out each and everything. Sometimes we miss to get this name, right? So how to get that? Type $N. Can you see the name? $and N. I have given N. Type $N. Type S_P. Type $U. Type $C. So these are the keywords for getting that data. So shift $N and this name has come, double click. Then what do I need next? I need the primary group. So $_ and P, all the 3 keys in my keyboard simultaneously I'm going to press. Shift $_P. So this primary group has come. Then next, what data I want? Parent group. So shift $U. So $U, shift $U. And then the down arrow, parent has come. And then you have this closing balance for this $_C. So $_C. So this is one step is little confusing. If you do 2-3 times, you will get it. Watch my PPT and you will get to know this has to be followed. You even have the opening balance. So you have to search opening balance. That shortcut key I'm unable to find. So let's go with this. And then later on you can try. If you have any shortcut key, you can also send it to me. So then next, finish. That's it. What has happened? Now this data, that is your Tally data of Happy India Private Limited for the financial year 21-22 is being connected here. And if I select OK, then what will happen? that trial balance, whatever ledgers are there in that company, whether it has a balance or not, whether it has closing balance, opening balance, whatever ledgers are created, that will be visible to you here. So these are the ledgers visible. So hope this step is clear. We will take few queries here and then we will proceed further. Can we extract, okay, company is not Tally, AWS, we cannot install Office 365, only LibreOffice. Yeah, Tally, AWS, yes, you have to talk with the person. You can install AWS even in the online version. Maybe if you're taking a server and then doing it, then you can download the data and link the data and get it. So what are the challenges in Tally? Yeah, challenges in Tally ERP9 is it is both 32-bit and the 64-bit. Some Tally is 32-bit, some Excel is 64-bit, or Excel is 32-bit, 64-bit, and the connectivity ODBC has given a lot of trouble. Sometimes some error comes, then I need to go to YouTube Baba and then ask and then find the report. So in Prime, I have never faced this problem. Can we extra? Yes, if you want the data from mid of the year, someone is asking, can we extract data from mid of the year? Just change the period in Tally, Alt F2, and then change the period. That period data will come to your Excel. Can we use Tally Prime educational mode? I have not tried. You can try to check whether in educational mode PB is coming or not. I have not tried. We are not able to get parent ledger. Parent ledger, I have shown you the shortcut key. If you see my PPT, what is the shortcut key for parent ledger? You have to press the $U and then down arrow. So $U, you will not get the parent. You will get the upload, then down arrow, parent, double click. So this is the method which I adopt. If you have a better method, you can also suggest me. PPT will be sharing. Is it possible to get transaction? Transaction data in the last, I will show you one sample of transaction data for the past 2 years. I was struggling to get the transaction data. And at last, one of my friend, CA Ramajayam from Chennai, he has created one code, that is a TDL code, by which I am able to extract all the vouchers in one click of a button. And from that, using Power Query, I have prepared the GST summary, all those things I have done, then I'll show you. Can we get closing? No. Stock report, I have not tried. Normally, what I do is, in my PPT Excel, I create a sheet and provide the stock value. If we receive Tally data from our clients, which is maintained by them, and we run data in our Tally, whether, yes, this will work. That is not a problem. Yes, multiple company data one by one. I said you can export, keep one template file. If you have a branch, say for example, one Tally is there, company is there, 5 Tally data you are having. So 5 Tally data, you change the port code I have shown you, F1 settings, connectivity, there you change and then import, then integrate. But you should learn Power Query for this. Yes, daybook can also be extracted, but for that you need to know certain TDL, basics of TDL. I am not into programming, but sometime in online YouTube, I have learned the basics of TDL. From that, I have learned to extract the daybook, so you can also do the same. Office 2016 also has these steps, but it is creating some trouble because some features are not available. Suggest you to use 2019 and above. Okay, we'll stop the questions now. Lot of time is we have a short time. First understand this. I'll answer all your questions to the maximum extent. So this is what we have seen till now. We have enabled the data, and then this is the Excel. So with opening balance, so here are certain instructions I want to give. My words are little fast because I'm not so much fast, but I'm trying to give because of time. It may also extend to 15-20 minutes. I don't mind, but we will clear this query and I'll get you understand. So one thing you need to understand here is the negative. Negative means what? It is a debit balance. Negative means debit balance in your Tally, and positive means credit balance. Now, what is the challenge here? Now, this data you have got, but what is the problem here? You have ledgers with zero. Normally, I have seen many people, and some ledgers you see, you don't even have a balance. So what they do is normally they select here and filter it. Don't do that. Don't do filtering here. If you do filter, then what happens? This is your template file. Now this template file, what you are going to do, you are going to use for the next company and refresh. Then again that filter will cause a problem for you. So instead of that, now we are going to go to the Power Query. So how to go to this Power Query? I am going to take this data to the Power Query and use some cleaning function. What is Power Query? Power Query is nothing but whatever steps we are doing in Excel. Say for example, I am filtering this part. Say I want to filter 0. So I untick here. I want to filter blank. I untick. Then I change the format to the Paisa, Control Shift. So this Control Shift 1. This work normally we do in Excel. These steps get recorded step by step without you giving the formula. You do the steps, steps will be recorded. If by mistake you have done, remove the steps and everything is recorded. Next time you just change the data, automatically everything will be done. So I'm going to undo. So I'm taking this table into the Power Query. How to take it to Power Query? Go to data, and in data we have from table range. You don't need to select the whole table. Anywhere in the table you are, just go to data and select table range. So now this what happens, this data goes to your Power Query. One more advantage of Power Query I will tell you, your file size is smaller. Even if you have a data, huge data, your file size is always smaller when you use Power Query. So now what has happened, whatever your Excel data is there, this has come here. You can see this data has come here. Now what should I do? I want to filter something. What I did in Excel, see here, what is the source? Source is my table file from the Power Query, that is table tally query. And then
there's a request if we can go slowly.
Okay, fine.
And I think one person was saying where to. Can you please recollect the steps? Just the
I'll
last.
reconnect in the last. Let's complete this. This part I'll complete and then I'll show you the reconnect.
Okay, and I think last when the topic somebody has mentioned where to get the code. I'm not sure in what respect to.
Once again I'll show you. The question part I am not complete fully. Question part I'll once again answer all the queries. Don't worry. Though I am taking here, I'll try to slow it down. I had this. Okay, sorry. So time is in my mind that I don't want to waste other people time. No problem. We will take little slow so that people can understand.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I'll just close this. Discard. Okay. Once again, I'm going to show you how to go this port part. That is a multiple port. Go to F1. Go to settings. Go to connectivity. And then you have your client configuration. Open one tally and then keep the port code as 9000. Then open second tally, then keep the port code. That is open another tally. Right click, try and open another tally. Run as administrator. Yes. Open the company which you want to select. That is, say, assume that it is a branch data. You can open tally. So 2-3 tallies can be given with multiple codes, port code. So I'm opening this company. So select F1, select settings. So connectivity. So here I am changing this to 9001. So yes. So my tally will restart. So if you see my existing company, that is Happy India Private Limited, the port code is connectivity 9000. Same way, if you go to the another Excel file, again, this is Superstar Enterprise, F1, settings, connectivity, and this is 9000. So this way you can connect various data to Excel so that next time only 9000 data gets updated in the 9000 Excel, 9001 data gets updated in the 9001 Excel, even if you refresh. Hope I have made this clear. Now, how to get it to Power Query? Go to data, select anywhere in the table, from table and range. From table range, so data has come to this table. So what we are going to do, Power Query is nothing but whatever steps you are doing in Excel, it creates a code by itself. So now what we did in Excel, we have filtered certain things. So here you see this is the source from where the source has come, Excel current book table query. Then what it has done, it has automatically changed the header. That is wherever amount is there, it has changed to 1.2. That is a number code. If you see here, this is a format. So in detail Power Query, if you go, that itself will take 2-3 hours. So that I will not go, just basic things we will understand. Right, so simple things what we did in Excel, I have created a filter, so I am selecting here and then selecting untick 0. So this is what I have did, and then untick what, blank. So blank is nothing but null in Power Query, and okay. See in the right hand side what has happened, I have filtered one data. Now this data has changed to what, filtered row. So this way every step is being created, so that next time I am changing the currency format, say decimal number. So this change type is done. So whatever steps you do, say for example, I want to remove. So all the step by step, each step Power Query records whatever cleaning process you do. And next time what happens, you change the data. You change the data, what will happen? Automatically the data will come to the original format. So close and then close and load to. Now this data, I want to bring it to my Excel. So what do I do? Close and load to, and select a table in my new workbook. Right? So this is my tally link data. So tally ODBC data. Then this is my tally final data. Tally final TB. So understood this part. So now our data is clear. From this, we are going to prepare the financial statements. We'll take some query and then proceed further. By opening multiple years through Alt C, we can get comparative data. Is it same? No, ODBC one by one you have to do. So multiple companies you can open Alt C or Alt N. But here in ODBC, you open multiple company, then you have to prepare the Power Query in such a manner. So daybook extract is available. You can see some YouTube videos from there only. I have also tried to extract. So template file is not available. I'll share this template file. You have to create your own template file. I'll share my template file with you so that you can also understand this. Sometimes data under tally. Yeah, this is because you have not opened the tally with run as administrator. So if you don't run as administrator tally, this problem will come. Can we export trial balance in expanded format? See, this is the expanded format. See, when you see in Excel, that is in tally, your heading, that is main group, will be in the above, then the ledgers will be below. But this is in a tabular format. This is your detailed trial balance. So this is your ledger name. All the ledgers are available here. This is your primary group. This is your parent group. So Power Query, can this method be applied? Tally.net feature. I did not understand .net feature. As an online method, I have not tried. Office 2013, it will not work. Yes, you can do. Second 2 years of comparison can be did. How data is posted back from Excel from Power Query. Cost center detail I have not tried. Export multiple ledgers such as similar to, see, that's what this part, exporting multiple ledgers, exporting multiple vouchers I have done. But Excel, see, a lot of things are available, but you have to take interest and try your own what you want. Number of output column cannot exceed. See, you have to, what you have done is you have selected the whole database. Never select the whole database. We have to select only 4 database. I'll share the PPT. From that you can try. We are not having a real-time training session. This is only a preview of what you can do. You can try with the PPT step by step. You will be able to do it. In case you don't find, you can mail me. I'll try to help you out. Fine. So now this has happened. Now next step, what it is. See, what is the biggest challenge when you link the tally ODBC data with the Excel is, if someone is changing the data, say for example, I have this tally company, I'll change the code. This is a happy. I'll change the financial year from 1/4/22 to 31/3/23, right? So by mistake, I opened my template file and I press refresh data. So refresh all, if I press, then what will happen is now the data will belong to the next financial year. Which financial year? 22-23. So what I do normally is I create two files. One file for linking it to the tally, one file for linking it to the tally, so that my staff don't by mistake press the refresh data and whole of my financial statement is not mixed up. So that is the reason I use this method. I'll change the financial year A21, M22. One more thing, I'm going to show you what is the refresh all. Refresh all means now I'm updating the data. So automatically this has come. So we have one balance here called as best industry. See, this best industry balance is how much? 2,28,000 debit balance. Assume that I'm passing one entry in Happy India, voucher entry, F6, receipt bank from ICICI Bank, best industry. I have received say 1,28,644. So now what has happened? The balance of best industries is 1 lakh and my bank balance is increased, right? I go to the tally, that is the Excel file, and again go to data and refresh the data. Refresh all. So what has happened? Best industries, refresh all. So 1 or 2 times you have to do. Yeah, best industries. Now it has become 1 lakh. So whatever changes you do, real-time basis, it is updated in the Excel. And if this data is linked to your financial statement, then 10 times your client is making a change. Within a minute, your financial statements are ready. I have done in one case where there were 1 lakh entries in my client data. He has changed in 1 hour. So no, the last date, so this entry is mistake, that entry is mistake with the branches. Refresh, 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 financial statement ready. So this is the power. So what I do, I said is, this is the template we are having. This is the tally TB link file, which is this file, right? This is the template I am having. So this file I have created here with the closing balance. So with the opening balance I have, so here you see, this was the tally data. This is the original tally data, which I have extracted. This is with HO and BO. So additional Power Query steps are there. You can just ignore. Including the opening balance I have extracted. Then how did I get this debit balance opening, credit balance opening? Very simple. Again, go to Power Query. So this data, I want debit balance and credit balance separately. What should I do? Go to the data. So I open the queries and connection. This is the query which I have created. So right hand side, you can see the query, which that is the filter which we have created. So you see, this is the filter which we have created, and this is the change which has done. I want debit balance separately and credit balance separately. We have if condition. What is if condition? If this is less than 0, then debit balance. If this is more than 0, then credit balance. How to provide this if condition here? You have add column here, then conditional column. Just one I will show because of time restriction. So debit balance. Opening. So what I do, I select the closing balance. If closing balance less than 0, then what it is, then provide the value what is there in the, then what you need to do, select a column. So what I'm selecting a column, provide the balance what is there in the closing balance. Otherwise, provide the value as 0. Okay. So now you can see this debit more than, it is a credit balance. So here it has become 0. So this is a debit balance. This has become separately debit balance. To convert this into positive value, so what I can do is again add column, scientific, multiply this column by -1. So yeah, before that it should be in numbers. So I'll change this to number, decimal number, and then multiply this into -1. Okay. So this has become positive. So this is what I have used and generated this template file. So this template file which I am having is, this is the tally link file. So I link the data. Then what I do, I have my financial statement template. So this is my financial statement template for schedule 3. So 3 levels of data is there. One is your balance sheet and P&L, first level of data. Then this data comes from where? Your notes to accounts. So second level of data. Then your notes to account data comes from the where? Your detailed schedule. So this detailed schedule I generate from the Power Query, that is, which is linked to this file. So I'm not linking my tally file. I basically copy this. I select this data, Control C, and then what I do is I go to this my template file. This is my template file which is there. So in template file, if you see, I have a table trial balance. I paste it here. Why this I am doing? So that by mistake also, if any other tally is there, and if my staff presses refresh data, my financial statement should not change. So this is the precaution which I am taking. And then I created a sheet like closing stock. So now we come to understand how to prepare your Excel template. I have often seen that when we prepare the Excel template, we type the name at one place, then copy paste link. No, always have a basic data sheet. So this is a basic data sheet, which I talked about what is my file number, then what is the assessee name, the PAN number, SIN, everything. So every data is provided here, and every row number I have given a name. Can you see this? This name is F number. F number is here. So same way, assessee name, CEO name. By this, what happens is wherever I want the company name, I just need to type equal to CEO name. So this is your financial statement, first part. Second, you prepare your financial statement. Now this is the Schedule 3 format. So first level data, this data comes from where? Your notes to accounts. So you prepare your structure with all your formatting. This file also I will share with you. Then this is the notes schedules for the balance sheet, that is the notes to accounts. So you can see notes, everything I have linked it, and then you get the data. So your shares account detail, there is the details of the share, and the reserves and surplus premium I have not linked to the tally. Closing stock, shares details, and then the reserves and surplus I have not linked to our tally data. Other details, schedules are coming from my tally data. So now here, if you see intercorporate loan. So where did I get this intercorporate loan data? From my Power Query data, which has been extracted from the tally data. You can see here, this is the data. This is nothing but a table. This is nothing but a table. So in Excel, you can play with table. So if I show, this is the format of a table. You can see on the top, once I select this on the top, you can see this is the table design, right? So in table design, I have designed in such a manner so that I have removed the header row. On this, you can see header row I have unticked, banded row I have unticked, and total row I have put. That's why automatically total is coming here. This is the opening closing balance, which I get from the tally closing balance data. And this is the opening balance, which I get from the opening balance data. How this is linked? I have not linked using VLOOKUP or any other formula. I have used the link using the Power Query. How did I do? I have created many steps. How did I create this? So this is my tally data. So this is what? This is the tally trial balance. This is the tally trial balance. So this I have taken to the Power Query. How did I take to Power Query? Go to data, from table and range. So already I have taken, so I'm going to the queries and range. So many queries I have created for each and every schedule. I have created so many queries. So I'll just double click anyone. I'll double click anyone data. So here you can see this is the trial balance which I have taken from the tally link file. This is the trial balance which I have taken from the tally link file. One more thing, whenever you open Power Query, you cannot see the Excel file. Whenever Power Query is open, Excel file cannot be accessed. Any other Excel file also cannot be accessed. So this is the data which I have got. Can you see this data? Opening balance, closing balance, I have shown you earlier. So this is the source data. Then from this, I have generated the trial balance. How did I generate? So in Power Query, I take this as a reference. There are two things. One is duplicate. That is the whole steps to be repeated. Second is reference. Reference means from whatever ending data is there, with that data you continue working. So this is the trial balance. So I have created some steps again in trial balance to give the name, primary group, parent group, closing balance, and opening balance, so that I can link it to my financial statement as per the format required. Once again, I'm telling certain things may go on top of your head whenever I'm showing you this regarding Power Query. But unless you don't understand Power Query, this step will be little difficult. But Power Query is not difficult. You spend some time daily, hardly 1 hour, 2 hours, you spend daily. Within 10 days, you can become an expert in Power Query. I have seen YouTube, and then only I have learned this Power Query. That too, when we got a bonus holiday of 1 year. I have been using Excel for last 20 years. And this Power Query, why did I have learned only in 2020 and done so many templates to save my time in my office. So this is the reference trial balance. From trial balance, what I have did, I have prepared the various schedules. You can see trade receivables. Now in trade receivables, what is the challenge? Some will have debit balance, some will have credit balance. So if it is a debit balance, trade data, then it should go to the sundry data. If it is a credit balance, then it should go to the advance to customer. So what I did, I selected the trial balance. This is the trial balance. From that, I have filtered the sundry data. So here I have filtered the sundry data. And now this is my some formatting I have done. And finally, I have brought this sundry data table. But sundry data table. So this again, debit, opening debit balance, opening credit balance. There is nothing credit balance, that way it is 0. If it is that, then it will show the credit balance automatically. Same, I have taken this as a reference. In this opening balance, you can see the source, trade receivable full. Again, from that, I have filtered the row. This is nothing. Whatever cleaning work you are doing in Excel, one by one filter, one time you need to do, that's it. Every step will be repeated automatically by the Power Query. So this way, what I have done, I have created all the schedules required for the financial statement for me to prepare for the purpose of Schedule 6. It took some time. It took 2 days for me to prepare this. It took some time. One, your system should be little speed. It should be minimum at least i5 with 16 GB RAM. Then only it will run little faster. If it is less, then it may run little slow. So upgrade your system. So whenever you are using Power Query with so many functions, formula is not tough. No formula. I have not even given a single code to you. I am just telling filter the data, remove the data, do the formatting. That's it. Automatically the codes are created. If you want to see how the codes are created, you select Advanced Editor. So you'll find the codes automatically created by the Power Query. So each and every schedule is prepared automatically, right? And then I close it. So if I want to update, just close and load. I'm just loading it. That's it. So by this, what has happened? This is the P&L schedule. Yeah. So detailed schedule we are going to go. This is the detailed schedule. So this is one table. If I select this long-term borrowing, you see trade payable expense because of that ledger. Or if I go to intercorporate loan, you can see here this table from where this data is coming, which Power Query it is coming. If I select trade payable expenses, you can see here right hand side trade payable expenses has come. Same way, if you see, if I click statutory remittance, so you can see balance with revenue authorities which I have created. So next time you make any change, now I'll make a change in Tally. I will add 2 datas, right? I'll increase the sales and add 2 datas. Here, if you see, the profit is, yeah, revenue is 51 lakhs. We will add some 21 lakhs and make it 70 lakhs. But when it comes to P&L, what I have done is, since profit and loss contains a lot of items, I have given manually. So certain, again, filtering I have done separately. Again, for schedules for the P&L, I have given a manual link in the main schedule. So certain adjustment needs to be done. Hardly one company, one time setup will take you somewhere between half an hour to 45 minutes or maximum 1 hour. Once you become little expert, first time it may take you 1 hour, 2 hours to understand what are the intricacies. So not a tough job. It is very simple. Template also I'll share with this. You can see, understand how it is going. So this is our data. What I'm going to do, I'll change data in the Tally, add 2 new datas. So here, how many datas are there? So datas, if you see here, it is, we have only 3 data. So I'm going to create 2 new data and increase the revenue and see how it is going to impact in my financial statement, whether the schedule is automatically adding the additional data. So F8 31.3 sales, say we'll create party name, say AC. I'll create a data all C Kothari, and then sundry data, maintain bill by bill, yes. So digital marketing services, say 10 lakh rupees. I'm not giving GST, just will ignore it. Then another company, all C Tally Solutions. Then sundry data. So again, say digital marketing services. Now what has happened? 2 new data has increased. My revenue has increased by 20 lakh. So go to profit and loss. So 23 lakhs is my profit. Go to the balance sheet part. You see 20 lakhs is increased. Now what I'm going to do, go to the first file. Which is the first file? Our tally link file. This is the tally link file. Control Alt F5. Control plus Alt F5 is the shortcut key to refresh. You can go to data. If you don't remember the C, refresh all. Move the cursor here. You can see the shortcut key. Control plus Alt plus F5. So I'm going to refresh all. See, in the bottom, query is being refreshed. Click here to cancel. Escape to retrieve data. So hardly less than a minute, your data is getting updated. Control F, Vinodh. So this is the new addition which I have done. You can see this data. Vinodh Kothari with debit balance of 10 lakh, right? So this data now what I am going to do, I have to update in my template. So I'll go to my template. So this is the template file. Go to the tally part. So this is my tally trial balance. So I delete this data for the safer side so that you will not get confused. So select, don't select from the column, that is the row header. Select only from the data, starting to end data, Control C. And again Control V, that's it. The same data in the same format as come here. Now what should I do? Go and see the balance sheet. This is not, I have not yet refreshed. I am just showing you the data schedule. So this is the balance sheet and your data is how much? 2 data. So Control Alt F5. So data is getting connected. The queries are being run. You can see in the right hand side, some working movement is going on. So all the data is going on, working on. What has happened? Automatically, the additional ledger row has adjusted in your schedule without you doing anything. So you just update the data, refresh, balance sheet ready. Okay, some formatting problem is there, like your bold, that takes hardly 1 minute. Now see the P&L, 71 lakhs, that is also updated. Profit and loss, 23 lakhs, that is also updated. So this is the power of Power Query with the Excel. You can see the balance sheet, that is also updated. The data is increased and the profit increased in the reserves and surplus. So earlier it was some 23 lakhs. So this way you can update the data. Only one thing, spend some time. I'll tell you today, already we are stressed with lot of things. You learn Power Query, I'll tell you with learning Power Query, you can do wonders. I'll show you one more last example and then we will take all the queries. I'll keep this data as it is if someone has any doubt. See, I've prepared one template. Someone has asked me, can I import the vouchers? Yes, for that I have said already. One of my friends, CA Ramajayam, is there in Chennai who has helped me to get this code in GitHub. He has uploaded this. Only 2 followers are there. I am one of that follower. I have used that data and from that data I have generated the summary. So I'll show you this file, GST working file. So this is the GST working file. So this is the tally data. See what happens is, now which company is this? This is the Happy India, which period it is. Automatically it is picking up the data. So this is using TDL which he has created. I'll just show you the TDL also in tally. So go to help, TDL add-on. This is not a paid TDL. So 1 minute. So these are the collection text. So these are the manually loaded TDL. So from this TDL, this data is being extracted. So if you go to this part from TDL, this voucher is being generated and then data is extracted. So all the vouchers, DSS, that is display statement statistics, how many entries are there? 1,111. Go to the number of line items, you will see some 2,000 items. Why 2,000? Every debit, every credit. Any one voucher has one debit, one credit. So for every debit, single line. Every credit, two lines will be there. One debit line, one credit line. So if you see here, this is the payment. So this is a payment voucher. So see the voucher number. So based on this entries, the tally is updated. So I think some filtering has done. That's why it is not showing in the order. Nothing to worry. So by this way, what I have done is I'm just refreshing this data on F5. Okay. So this data is getting collected. That 20 lakhs addition will be there. I'll show you the summary. So see the GST summary. So this is the ITC summary, outward summary. In the month of March, I raised 20 lakhs still, which is not reflecting. Okay, that will not reflect because GST I have not put. And then I press Control on F5. That's it. Automatically, my GST summary based on the duties and taxes ledger in reverse order, monthly summary is being generated. My ITC summary is being generated based on reverse order. Same way, if party is having GST number, party is not having GST number, then party with wrong GST number, I have already created formulas in the Power Query. It is taking some time because here in this, it is taking some time because a lot of queries I have created. So this way you can use the Power Query. Using the Power Query, you can do wonders. You should give time. It is not hard to learn Power Query. You know already how to clean the data in the Excel. Same work you are going to do. Same work you are going to do in the Power Query, but little additional knowledge is required, not much. If you are in 8, you need the knowledge of 10 only to understand the Power Query. So now we will take the let it process. We will take the queries now. Will ODBC data get updated? Yes, this I have already answered. You have to press the refresh data in Excel, then only ODBC data will be updated. Tally ODBC configured but unable to fetch data. I need to check that. I've never got this error. Is the ODBC trial balance tally? Yeah, very good question. ODBC data is being extracted from your tally. One data will not be there, which is there to complete your trial balance. That is the closing stock. One. Second, whether you have transferred the profit or not to the P&L in tally, that you need to check. So these two things manually you have to do the adjustment. But otherwise, whatever exact data is there in your tally, that data trial balance will come. If there is an untallied trial balance, there is difference in balances in Excel, sorry, in tally, the same will appear here. Why it is taking some time, this much time, and maybe so many applications are open, that's why it is taking some time. Because of the memory, I have 24 GB RAM, so maybe some issue is there. So with the ODBC, this can we export expense-wise data which contains tax information? That's what I have used this TDL. It is a free TDL, which you need to learn little about TDL, and then you can extract how I have shown here in this. One minute, I'll cancel this process so that I'll show you this part. Because of so many applications, no problem. We'll go to next query. Guide on code to get all transaction. This tally TDL is there. Maybe I'll take separate. Yeah, this schedule format I'll frequently hanging. I'll share the template. Can we use Power Query? Same company for use it, save as, and then use it for another company. Only one thing, when you use for another company, you need to make certain modification. Since I have refreshed in the same tally, it is easy here. I don't want to say something that no, everything is magic. No. When you use it for other company, then there the ledgers will be different, grouping will be different. Certain realignment needs to be made. That will take some 1 hour time, that too one time. So 1 year you do it, next year same tally data. Normally the grouping will be same for your clients. That will be updated. Only fun time, every company you need to spend some time. Let us know the transaction. Tamil. So many people are here from all India. I can take in Tamil also, but since all India people are there, I am not speaking in Tamil. Codes, transaction, name of channel. Please share Power Query of 2A reconciliation. I don't know, just a second. I have already prepared one sheet where I download the 2A used in the Power Query, automatically mapping the data with Power Query, and I get the difference of in books, not in books, in 2A, not in books, difference, match, everything. So it takes some time. But only one issue where I am facing is when I use the 2A concept data, queries are little higher. So I'm finding solution for that. I'm how to make it speed. Otherwise, for financial statement, it is okay. Yeah, GST linking, yes, some time you need to do. I have done a research of almost 3 years to get this report of this GST, so that every month I just give to my staff monthly summary they can take and prepare the report. Yeah, TDL, it will be little difficult. I'll share the link of the TDL. If you know how to use the TDL, then you can use it. YouTube channel for TDL explanation. So you can search in YouTube, go to YouTube, TDL course, you put lot of courses are there. I have selected one course, some 15 chapters were there. I got time to learn only 5 chapters. With this 5 chapters, I have been able to do so much. You understand, if I understand everything, then how much it will do, how much I can do. Whether we need to tally in live to run Power Query. Yeah, linking, you need live. Otherwise, you don't need. That's why we put a breakup. Please show the purpose of creating notes to accounts through Power Query. Notes to accounts cannot be prepared in the Power Query. This has to be done in Excel formatting, only linking from your notes to account. That is the balances, cash balances, debtor balances, creditor balances. That has to be done from the detailed schedule. Which tally TDL is used? This is a customized tally TDL, which is not a exe file. It is just a text file. If you want, I'll show you this TDL. Just a second. Many of you are asking this TDL. This TDL. This just a second. So this is the TDL voucher to generate. So this is the voucher TDL file. If you want, I'll share this file. This has been prepared, not prepared by me. See Ram Jayan, another intelligent person who is doing a lot of things with SQL. He has a website gstauditor.in, where within seconds you upload the JSON file, automatically Excel file will be downloaded. gstauditor.in. So it is not a commercial website, a free website for chartered accountants. So this is the code which is created to generate all the vouchers. I just closed the tally because of it, my Excel file got stuck. 2-3 tallies are open. So whenever you work with Power Query, ensure that minimum softwares are open so that it works more better and faster. Some site video. Again, I am telling there's no specific site for learning Power Query. Lot of sites are there. If you write Power Query course, there are hundreds of people who take Power Query. You see the video, which person you feel that he is explaining good and you are able to understand. Based on that, you learn. And one more thing, they will not tell in specific what to do, how to extract. They will tell you these are all the functions. You have to put little mind and then try to extract what you want. Yes, customized report can be done using Excel also. That is the, what they say, Power Query, extract vouchers using TDL. Yes, I'll share the PPT file and the template. Right, these are the, yeah. Can you repeat how to bifurcate the debit and credit balance? Okay, this one part, small part, I'll just show you. This is what, so too many applications, my systems. Just a second, I'll just close this PPT. Fine. So now I'll just show you how to So someone was asking how to differentiate the debit and credit balance. I'll just show you one. So I'll remove this. Go to the data part. So already we have this query here. So this query table is already exported to Power Query. So double click this Power Query. So first, what is the step I have used this? I have created a conditional formatting. Conditional formatting is nothing but if this is this, then do this. That is what I have done. So I have created a new column. So for this, where I should create a conditional column is go to the add column and select conditional column. So once I select conditional column, this formula, this window will appear. So debit balance. So if ledger, that is the closing balance, is less than 0, that is negative, that means then what you do is you select the column. Which column? I have to select the column in table. So if it is less than 0, then what will do? What is the value provided in the closing balance? That value will put. If it is not less than 0, then what to do? You type 0. That's what and the condition I have given. So by this, what has happened? This has changed to 0. Then what did I do? I have converted this to number, and then this column inserted multiplication is not required. So this to change negative to positive, I am using the function transform. In transform, you have standard and then multiply -1. Okay. So now this has become positive. So if you want to add credit balance, again same step, add column, conditional, credit balance, then take the closing balance. If it is greater than 0, that is positive, then put the value what is there in the closing balance. Otherwise, type 0. Okay. Here the data is positive. So now if you see, go to home, close and load. Now your data is there with the opening and closing balance. Right? Credit balance, debit balance. So this is being solved. Oh. Is my voice audible?
Yes, sir.
Is my screen visible?
The Gmail screen was there, sir, and now the Excel screen is there.
Because I'm unable to see my Zoom screen. That's why.
Zoom screen is there.
Yeah. Just a second. Yeah.
I think Zoom icon will
be there.
Yeah.
Is there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now your desktop is
suddenly I got a shock whether I was talking to computer.
Excel ke paas mein Zoom hai. Yeah.
Yeah. So this way you can use it. So bifurcate TDL, which source will you be sharing on template file? So you can use a tally data. You want tally data and refresh and do that. You can do it. Template, I'll share it to Ramajayam sir is I think that is www. 1 minute. I also search in the website www.auditor, sorry, GST auditor, gstauditor.co.in. No, sorry, gstauditor.in. So this is the site where you can convert your JSON file to Excel. Just a second. Within a second, you will be able to using SQL he has done. So I met him once and a very talented person. So can we export pre-prepared in Tally to Excel to design using? I have never tried that. Can the formatting pages setup margin? See, one-time setup you need to do with Power Query. There is an option in table where you need to do some settings so that we can see. TDL video, again YouTube, you can search. Type TDL course, then you will get. In YouTube, type TDL course. Thank you. So I think I have answered most of the question. If anything else is there, you can just ask.
So I think now we can, if we do not have anything further to cover, we can allow to ask questions directly.
Yeah.
So for instance, we have 3 raised hands.
Just ask me.
Yeah.
So last
Mr. Ganesh Pavle, Mr. Rajendra Modi, and I think it's a PC name, MMC PC. So I've given you permission to talk, so you can ask your question directly to sir. And if you and some people who have been putting in query in the chat, if your question is still unanswered, so please request you to please put in Q&A. Actually, it was more than 300 people, so I think some of the queries got missed out.
Yeah. So somewhere I also, because of this completing on time, no problem. So this, I wanted to give the experience of what it is. That is more important than because it is in detail training. It will take some 6 hours, 5 hours.
Definitely.
Yeah. You can allow to unmute one by one.
Mr. Dhairya and Mr. Basavraj, I have allowed you. You can ask your question directly.
Good afternoon, sir. A really great presentation on this. I just had one point. I think you had covered it partially, but I wanted to clarify. So in the profit and loss statement, when we are making it, one of the main problem that we face is that different clients have different ledger names.
Yes.
And to actually generalize basis which I can link my schedules to the TB that I've pulled from Tally. So there was a lot of manual work that was happening over there. Have you found any way to overcome that, sir?
What I normally do is regarding this P&L, I also face this problem. So using Power Query, what I do is first I take the whole P&L set. I'll show you this file. Just a second. I think this is the Tally link file. I'll open this main file. Yeah. So P&L, lot of same problem, because we have to show this financial charges separately, depreciation separately, sometimes things you have to collect. So using Power Query, you can do this. I'll open this query. So
your screen is not.
Yeah, just I'll share the screen. So now it is visible. So this is the query in the template. If you see here, the P&L account. So this is first purchase full.
Right.
Same way, direct expense full.
Right.
Then the indirect expense full. So this is the total indirect expense of my client. Then I want to bifurcate between other expenses, employee benefit, finance cost. So this way I need to bifurcate. So this is full expenses. Then what I do, I take it as a reference. Then select other expenses. You see, this is the reference I have taken. Again, refilter it.
Okay.
And if you want to combine, that is also possible, called grouping. So some steps you need to do once or twice, then you will get it. See, initial one-time stepping, and that's it. So only one thing challenge which I am facing in Power Query is that your system should be at least minimum some 16 to 24 GB RAM, and minimum i5 8th or 10th generation is little useful if you have less queries. If more query, little higher system. Otherwise, perfectly fine for me.
Yes. Thank you so much. So, if you, what medium will you be sharing the template via?
I'll share this template with the TB. It will be there. I cannot share the Tally data. So you try with the TB and then try to see what are the steps which I have created. See, these steps can even more be condensed, but I did not get to time condense it to make it more better. So slowly, day by day, I'm improving as and when I get time. I'm also practicing chartered accountant, so it takes some time for investing some time in this.
So if the PPT can be shared, like if no further data is there, so what we could do is PPT, you can convert into PDF and I can upload it.
And the Excel file also, so that you can share with the participants, madam.
Okay, so I'll do that. You can send me those files. So I'll just download the attendee list and we'll share.
So this is a GST summary which I have shown you. That also last year.
Or I think if we could send in the chat itself.
Yeah, just I'll share last part. So this is the Tally voucher. From this, I have generated the data for comparing the data with the 2A. So here you can see every data is condensed automatically. Date, voucher, name, GST, and inward input CGST, SGST. Then there is additional step, party with GST number. If I want to change here so that my 2A gets automatically updated, that step I have added. GST parties without GST number, or wrong GST number, ITC summary monthly. So here I will get the difference also in case I have made some mistake of CGST, SGST selection. So that also I can know here. I'll show you how. Outward summary. So here one mistake is there. In normally outward, I should select only output tags and not input tags. So here if you see one entry, one mistake is there. So which voucher this mistake is there? That also I have created one Power Query. So this voucher, there is a mistake where it is a sale transaction. While providing the sale transaction, instead of selecting output, it has selected input ledger. So this way you can create Power Query. So any other queries?
So I do not see any further raised hands. But a lot of compliments for you. I think you should definitely read one by Miss Neela Khona. She's written this huge para.
Well, madam. Thank you all for your comments. This makes me more enthusiastic to do a lot of things. See, my simple aim is very simple. My aim is very simple. I have to save time. So all this GST, I find that nowadays data, so much huge data is there. So where can I save time? If my staff is taking some work to get completed in Excel 5 hours, I have trying to bring it down to 1 hour or 45 minutes or 15 minutes. One more example, last example, and with this I'll close it. See, this problem I was facing, few accounts we do. I get the data, some 3,000, 4,000 bank entries. So I was facing this trouble. So what I did is in Excel, again, same thing. I have taken one software, Tally Master software, which enables me to import the data from Excel to Tally. So for that, I need to prepare a data in a structured format. So I import the CSV bank file, convert into importable format using the if condition, provide the ledger, and then pass the entry. Even 4,000, 5,000 entries, 15, 20 minutes, my entry is passed. Whatever ledgers I am unable to select, suspense account is there, change the suspense account. That's it. So with this, we will close. Some of you I might have not answered. I apologize for that due to the time restriction. And I wholeheartedly thank you for your interest. See, coming here, listening here, everything is wow. Unless and until you don't do it, don't implement it, you will not get the benefit. So hardly I see very few CAs using Power Query in my some 15 to 20 sessions. I have met only 2 or 3 people who use Power Query to extract the data. So use these methods and save time and grow well so that you can focus more on your quality work rather than wasting time in data. So thank you, Tally. Thank you, all the participants. Thank you, Komal, for giving me this opportunity.
I think Vinodh sir, you really rocked this session. We never had these many queries and these many compliments earlier. I think everyone is asking for the video recording. I have put it in the chat also. So the video will be recorded, put in the day or two in our CA community portal. If you are still not registered in our CA community, requesting you to please register yourself. It is community.tallysolutions.com. I have put in the URL also. So make sure all the webinar videos are uploaded there and also under our YouTube channel, that is Tally CA Connect. Thank you so much. I will now conclude the session.